Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be playing Hollow Knight Silksong. This is the first time I've been playing on PC and I will be using a controller. As you can see, I haven't actually done anything here. Alright. Let me just get my controller here. Okay, here we are at the start of the game. I just finished watching the cutscene, as you could see, the introductory cutscene. I've seen this a couple times before, but so I already kind of know what's happening. But basically, in case you don't know, the main character is named Hornet, and she appeared in the first game, the first Hollow Knight game, as a pretty important side character. But in this game, you play as her on her own journey through this new world called Farloom. I don't know a whole lot about her in general, except what I've kind of seen a little bit of in the early part of the game. But we'll figure that out as we go. I'm going to try not to spend too much time in this beginning area. I think there's some sort of corruption or something that is affecting her at this point in the game. It seems to kind of go away a little bit later, but I'm not really sure what's causing it. It's definitely... Oop. It's left her weakened by whatever was happening at the beginning. And I guess that her acting that way is a sign of it. But I'm not completely sure what's going on with it right now. I don't remember if I got far enough to explain what it was. And of course, I wouldn't want to spoil anything even if I knew, so... I do know this game is a bit harder, quicker than the first Hollow Knight. It's pretty easy at first. Oop. We came down from... We've already been down there. Just another way to get up here. I can't reach that for now, so we'll have to come back for that. There's going to be a lot of we have to come back for that moments in this game. I think in here is like a little... Well, not quite yet, but we'll get to another... We'll get to a little mini boss here shortly. Here's a bench, which we can use to get rested and heal up and stuff. And we can't do anything else other than that for now. Not until later. It also saves your game there if you use it. Here's the little boss I was thinking of. Ooh. Gotta watch out for the little guys that fall down. I can heal when I'm in the air, which is good. You can't do that in the first game. As you can see, it's not too difficult since we're still kind of in the tutorial point in the game. That's just a little warm-up. It certainly gets a lot more difficult later on. Let's go up to the surface here. There's the beginning of my main quest. Of course, as is natural in Metroidvanias like this game, I'm definitely not going to be taking a direct path there. Going to be doing a lot of backtracking and stuff along the way. Here's where I fell in, apparently, from above. You can see the little bugs in the background. Here's our first little town village area. We have another bench. We'll be coming back here a lot. There isn't too much to do here for now. Here's a merchant. We don't have anything to buy this stuff with. We're gonna need to use these a lot in the future. For now, we can just move on. Once this guy finishes fixing this, then we'll be able to get little side quests and stuff to do. For now, there's something else we can do here, so we're going to continue in this direction. This is kind of the first wilderness area after the beginning one that we were just in, the mossy place. Some more of the little enemies. There's a place I want to get to up here early. Gotta watch out for these big ones too. I think those do double damage instead of just one, but I don't remember exactly. I'm not gonna get hit on purpose just to see, so. We got another little flying enemy. I think really the goal, I guess. I forgot this was here, but the goal I'm gonna be going for is to just try and find benches so we can have places to respawn if we die. And there's one around here somewhere. But I don't remember exactly how to get to it. It took me a little while to get used to the kind of the angle that you go down in with the downward attack. Because in the first game, you just slash directly beneath you, and it's easier, but I did kind of get practiced with it this way. I forgot to talk to this character before I came down here. Missed a little bit of dialogue with that character before opening that gate. But he's just trying to convince the gate to open with his song. Here's some of the currency called rosaries. Definitely, there's a lot less of these to be had in this game compared to the currency of the first game. This is one bench that I was looking for, but it's not really the one I was thinking of originally. We're gonna need more rosaries in the future for a lot of things, so we'll have to make sure we grab all the rosaries we can. Here's kind of the real entrance into this area. I don't think there was any lava areas in the first Hollow Knight. And then in this game, it's the first area, besides the moss cave that we're in. There's something else that these creatures, these bugs are dropping. Little shell things that we can use for tools later. There's one higher up, a bench higher up that I'm looking for. We'll have to see what we can do on the way up. I kind of know where it is, but it's been a little bit since I played. Watch out for these platforms, because they'll break apart when you step on them. Yep, I didn't mean to do that, but these do in fact do double damage. Here's something. There's a tool we just picked up. I think it was traps or something that I was thinking of. A crude trinket worn by collectors and crafters allows one to collect more shell shards from defeated creatures. I guess you equip it and it lets you carry more. Maybe. I don't remember what it does exactly. I'm not sure if I ever used it. I don't really use shards that often, and you tend to kind of get plenty if you don't use them heavily. You don't use your tools heavily. When you heal yourself, you recover 3 of the little mask things, which is your hearts, basically. And instead of just 1. So, to make the best of your thread that you accumulate, then you can just wait until you've been hit 3 times, or if you're missing 3 hearts. Some of my money fell in the spikes. I'm gonna have to head back over here to jump up there. There's another traveler bug that we'll find. It sells maps and stuff. Map making stuff. I heard her voice before we came back down here. I keep kind of just being sloppy, I guess. There's all kinds of little things you can break to pick up things. When you play, you kind of learn to know what they look like. Kind of learn what breakable walls kind of look like and that sort of thing. We've already been down here, so we're gonna head back up. We just kind of created a shortcut if we were to die above this spot. Because we couldn't jump up here before. Here she is. We almost have enough for the Mosslands map. But we're gonna need the Marrow map first. Of course, we'll need a quill so we can add to our map. And the compass will be useful for keeping track of ourselves on the map. And then we have the bench pins, which will mark where any benches we find are. But I've already figured out where we can get more rosaries from. There's a certain kind of enemy up here. I think they're like corrupted pilgrims or something that you can get rosaries from. Here's one of them. Spitting little moss ball things at me. I can hit them to break them. But they can be a little unpredictable, so just have to be careful. That one in particular, not that one. The one up there on the ledge just now gave me a hard time a little bit the first time I was playing. We're gonna have to go hit that lever up here. We can go up there, but I want to get my map supplies first before we do too much more exploration. These can be pesky too. They always jump a little further than I expect. We got some more rosaries here. These won't respawn, but the enemies will. Come up here. There's another one right here. Forgot about the little roll that it does. And then right in here, here's our bench. That will respawn them. And we can go through right here and back to her. We can afford... We've got 100, so we can get this map. Because we need kind of a base map per area to add on to with our own quill. And then we'll get the quill. Of course, we're probably going to get all of this stuff, since we can collect rosaries pretty quickly. Jump back up here. And we'll do what we just did. I think I missed one. Forgot to equip that. You can only equip tools and stuff when you're sitting at the bench, and not just whenever, so keep that in mind if you ever play, or when you're playing, or whenever, to make sure you keep track of the benches so you can change your tools out whenever necessary. We don't really have to get this one up here, but it drops some extra rosaries, so we might as well, since we don't need to keep getting that lever every time. Gotta deal with this. Only, like, civilized bugs, if you wanna call them that. Like these pilgrim bugs and stuff drop rosaries. The feral creature bugs don't. Oop. There's like a thread thing that appeared, which is what's causing them to turn against me. We didn't go through this spot before. That's basically like a different path into this area where we can come through here. Of course, it ends up being kind of dead end because, well, not really. You can jump up here. What I did last time. You just can't get up there yet. Not this way. And then we'll get this one. So we made about 50... Well, gotta get this guy. Made about 60 rosaries from that little roundabout. We'll rest. Let's equip our tool here. I'm gonna be swapping that out for the compass here in a moment, but might as well. Well, there's no use in it anyway, but okay, we can get the pins or the map. Either way, I think I'm gonna go ahead and get the pins. We might as well buy what we can per round. Per roundabout. I'm just gonna do that for a little bit until I can buy everything that she has at the moment. And then we'll get kind of get moving again. Okay, I just purchased the last of her stock, except for these markers. I'm not going to mess with the markers too much, because it's for the people that kind of want to be more, I guess, organized with their map making and stuff. Just lets you specifically pin things that you want to come back to. But we got our map here. Before we get the video finished up, we're gonna come through up here. Gotta fight these pilgrims once more. I only did it a couple times before the cut. since I wasn't buying the pins. But I think there's some more up here where we're headed. And I already have enough to get those pins, those markers again, if I wanted to. Here's some more I could have gotten if I wanted, or if I had thought about it. Kind of forgot that they're up here. There's something we're gonna need up ahead. I just hit a tripwire. Need to look out for the spikes. Right above us in this spot is where we'll get an ability. Oh, I jumped back too soon. Good, we got some thread down here. We can't break it at the moment, but we'll be able to here pretty shortly. I guess honestly, we could have... It just jumped down here with me. We could have probably made enough rosaries just from what we're collecting now to pay for everything that we just bought. But here is this altar, or whatever you would call this. So we just got the ability Silk Spear, which allows us to get rid of all of that silk at once. Turkey, it almost got me with that. It went through the tripwire when I was standing there. Okay, so we can head back in this direction where we saw this other thread, the silk. We can cut through that too. I don't know what's this way. Well, here we got a bench. Oh yeah, there's another NPC here. This is one of those little side quests or wishes that I was talking about. Oop. We've collected one, if you remember from the Moss Cave at the beginning. And there's another one, also in the Moss Cave, that we couldn't reach. We'll have to go back and get it at some point to finish that wish of hers. Here's a little secret. This little bug has one of the berries, moss berries. And I think we'll be able to open this up from the other side at some point. Maybe, maybe not. I don't remember exactly. Alright, we have the Silk Spear ability. So we're gonna head back down to the bench next to where Chakra was standing. Down here. We'll go ahead and buy the markers from her, since we have the rosaries for it. I'm probably not going to use any. Okay, so we're going to head back up. Let's save again over here at the bench. And we'll head up here. We haven't been this way yet. But this is a boss that we're going to have to fight. We could have come in here before, but it wouldn't have done us much good because we couldn't cut this. But now that we have the ability, we could fight it. You get silk to use when you strike enemies, so we can keep replenishing our silk up in the top left corner, so we can use our Silk Spear ability or to heal ourselves. Gotta watch out for this part because we got bells falling from the ceiling. Oh, I wasn't watching. Gotta hit it one more time without getting hit one more time. Okay, I got hit one more time before I could heal myself. Alright, we're gonna have to try that again. Being a little sloppy today. Definitely gonna have to focus more in the future. There's our little silk thing that we could hit to get our money back and everything. It also replenishes our silk stock, if you will, back to full. Or the little spool. Oh, I thought I was gonna do something else. It's a bit dangerous to do that. I think we can manage this time. Get it when it's roaring out of the ground. Gotta be careful of these, because... Oh, walked under one by accident. I was watching out for the bounce of one of them when I ran into the other one. Here, we gotta watch it. Almost landed on top of us. Let's jump up and heal ourselves real quick. Dang it, should have jumped. Oh, missed. Okay, I need to stop doing that. Need to just focus on jumping over the bell. There we go. But we don't kill this bug. We don't kill the bell beast. Here we have a little cutscene of sorts. It's not really a cutscene, but it is sort of story related. Frame rate's gone down a little bit here. It's pretty bright. Okay, in the top left, we have our little spool of silk. Well, there's the bell beast. So we've basically unlocked fast travel between these bellway stations. There's back to town and the Marrow, which is where we're at right now. But anyway, as I was saying, the little spool on the top left has one thread, little thing. I don't know what you'd call that. But I'll have one regenerate once I've used the silk for anything. But I think we're gonna head on back to Bone Bottom. See if the fixer bug see if the fixer bug has gotten the wish board fixed. Jump up here. Here we are back at the little village. It's kind of like a resting spot for these pilgrims before they continue on. We have 49 rosaries, so we can't buy anything yet. But we're gonna need to buy these mask shards, which kind of act like heart pieces, like in The Legend of Zelda. So we can get more health. We got some wishes here we can accept. We already have enough shell shards for him, for his wish. And then we got two more. This one is for the leader of the flea caravan. He wants us to help find the lost fleas. And then we got this one. So we're gonna need to fight even more of those corrupted pilgrims for their cloaks, basically. And you can see the rewards that we'll be getting. That one, we can't see it here, but the one for the pilgrim cloaks, the shawls, would give us a rosary string. I don't remember what that one does, like what the reward for that one is. But I think before we go any further into the marrow, I think I'm gonna get the video wrapped up for today. Alright, that about does it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Also leave a comment down below to tell me what you think of the video. I also post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so I'll see you in the next video.